I like what you said. Nowadays, only funerals and court dates.
Yeah, yes, sir. And that taps into what my brother was talking about, us losing our little brother in January. And right now, I'm fighting a court case where I go to court damn near every 30 days. So nowadays, it's on the funerals and court dates.
Wow, yeah. So you are, pouring your everything, being authentic and telling some real life shit.
Yeah, in the music, yeah.
I feel like you kind of capture that when you do in all your songs, but you are very transparent.
Yeah,
Even shit for the ladies. So is that a conscious thing? Like, if you're just being yourself.
No, yeah, it's hard to think about being you. You just be you, and that's kind of what I do when I listen to music. Like sometimes people be scared to be outside the box, scared to be a little harmonized, scared to be vulnerable, scared to open up, scared to worry about what the next nigga gonna think. And that's not really my aim. Like I can care less what you think, what you feel about it. As long as the masses like it with just one person right there think about it, I can give two fucks. That's just honestly how I feel.
How long did it take you guys to record you?
Actually I do everything probably, once I actually find the beat, I listen to it, it probably don't take no more than about an hour to 2 hours to complete a whole project.
Oh shit, that's fast.
Yeah, like OG will tell you I was swarming with about, 3-4 records at the same, probably 4 hours, 6 hour time span.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so, it's nothing to us, honestly. Because we punch in, so we don't, certain times I sit down and write, and certain times I just go to the mic and do what I do. So,
wow, so you write sometimes and you freestyle.
Yeah, so Juice was actually a punch in, so I just punched in all the way through that. I didn't write none of that, so yeah.
Do you ever go back and listen to the song like I shouldn't have done that?
Honestly,
because you got a lot of shit.
I actually do. I got a couple records. Like probably we done put out 3 projects as a total. Probably like 35 records total.
Yeah.
And on my computer base at home, I probably got about like 140. So y'all ain't even heard even the brink of what we got. Certain records, like you said, I can't even put out due to court cases and shit like that because it's gonna be, indictment is looming, So I gotta keep certain shit discreet and keep it out the streets.
Right. But have you had a song though that's out that we could go to Apple right now and punch in and be like, nigga, I shouldn't have done that.
Actually, no, because those that I did I already took down.
Okay.
Yeah, so I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't put out nothing new. I've been kind of strategic from that perspective on being, If it's about that, nah, I don't know nothing about nothing that happened there.
What about the video of Juice? You shot that in Memphis?
Yep, I shot that in downtown Memphis, yup.
Yeah, those were all your people?
Yep, that was my brother, one of my niggas' twin, my homie Cello. Was you at that one?
I had late.
Yeah, then that was my girl, that's my stylist, her name is Shell.
Female?
Yeah, that's my girl, Shell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Shell, she my stylist too.
Oh, so that's what y'all got going on in Memphis?
Yeah, you gotta have dual roles when you fuck with me, man. Yeah, so
that's what's up.
Yes, sir. I need a boss one, not a lost one.
I know that's right, man. Hold on.
Yes, sir. I love you, cuz, yeah, FOE.
What about like the current rappers that's out now? Like, what makes Kash Deuce different from a Kendrick, a Cole, a Moneybagg?
Like I said, it's the ability to be versatile. When you hear Kendrick, you hear of a certain sound. When you hear Bag, you got a certain sound.
Right.
When you put on a Deuce record, there's no telling what you're gonna hear. You might hear a little hum, and you might hear a little trap rap, you might hear a deep voice, you might hear a low voice, you might hear a fast twitch, you might hear a slow twitch. It just depends on what the record is, and I feel like that's what makes me different. Okay. Yeah, I can hit you with a little twister flow, then I can come back sound like Barry White on some shit. Yeah, so it just really depends on what I feel like I'm gonna give, and I feel like that's the difference between me. I'm not really trying to stay in one lane. I'm trying to have all of them.
Right. And you keep mentioning versatility, and I hear that in your music.
Right.
Every flow is kind of different.
Right.
Every sound is different. The beats that you rap on. So
I try to jump on up north beats, Cali beats, because I feel like the best way to get everybody, you gotta be able to be relatable to everybody.
Right.
So a Cali person might not like what we'll call the Memphis trap sound. And a New York person, they used to that drill stuff, that pop smoke their way,
Right.
So they might not be equipped to the bop that Cali got. To be able to tap into each market, you gotta be able to relate to each market. Now that doesn't mean that you have to stay in each one of them lanes, but if you can tap into it, that'll make them more open to what you normally do.
Right.
And they be like, well, he's showing us love. Like, That's if a black person doing Hispanic. I think YG did that salsa song or something. Yeah, bro, he might. So he tapped into that market, and that might make a few of the Hispanic cultures come in and see what his real music talking about. Yeah, so you get a different market by tapping into different people.
YG kind of got like a Choco swag too, though.
Yeah, he do. he do, no cap. So it's like, but that may have came from him liking that culture, picking up on that, and him doing that. That might help them switch to his side. So, you know.
They got Mexicans in Memphis?
Yeah, they do. They do. It's not like Cali, but we do.
So, listening to your shit though, Juice do sound like the most radio ready, like, package. Like, that was purposely done? That was conscious?
And that's the thing about it too. Me and my manager, we've been talking about trying to get more, not necessarily commercial, but records, like I said, that'll be more felt by the masses.
Right.
Where, you know, most people, when the opening bar on Juice, she feels safe there because she know that I'm a killer. Right. You know, most niggas claim they killers even though they not, but they don't say that to a bitch. They might be by themselves with that girl, you know you feel safe because I'm a killer, but she probably in her hair like, boy, please. But right. It's a cute little bar to say a girl gonna feel it because she might have a dude that's probably in the streets that she really feels safe with because he actually is one. Right. So, you know, it's a play on words both ways. A dude can pump fake to the bitch like he did, and a girl can feel confident because a nigga is really there. So, so that's my main thing from that perspective. Trying to be global with it. Yeah, commercial, I guess, in that aspect, if you want to take it that way.
Right. And the influence Juice is from the movie.
From Tupac. So, like Tupac, you know, rest in heaven to him, man, but I feel like he one of them dudes, for him to be so young, like he did some crazy stuff, man. He did some stuff that people couldn't even do in 100 years, but he was 25 when he passed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So in 25 years of life,
movies under his
he had about 4 or 5 movies, 100 projects. I'm not even gonna count the records. I'm just saying he had 100 projects. He got projects he still was producing and releasing after death. Like,
Pop was on fire.
yeah, he was one of them dudes, and some of the relatability from the record as far as the content comes from the actual watching of the movie. You'll have to watch the movie to catch some of the symbolism to where the bars came from, stuff like that.
Right. Do you guys, Big Cash, you got the same influences as Cash Deuce?
Yeah, just about, but see, he from Cali, I'm from Memphis, so he thinks more so like he put me on Nipsey. Right. To be honest, like I didn't even know who Nipsey was until pretty much when he passed. So he already knew who he was before he even had and all that. So a lot of my influences probably like Dolph, a lot of the Southern stuff, Gucci. Yeah. Who was out there in the South? Boosie.
Shout out to Boosie too. Yeah, we did some work on his artist.
So a lot of my demographics type stuff in the South type stuff. I like gravitate towards the South. Right. Yeah, a lot of my music and then I've been liking the North music too. So like so North and South I like those type of genres.
What about your influence?
It's good.
Well, a lot of people, like a lot of folks really, I ain't gonna lie, but when I was younger, it was really 3 6 Mafia, really Gucci, Gotti. So we like he said, really the South, Lil Wayne too. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Lil Wayne was true.
Lil Wayne, I ain't gonna lie, Lil Wayne. Plies too. At one point, back before Plies got on all that eating booty and stuff like that. Like he had a nigga going on there.
I'm probably older than you guys. I really used to fuck with you. I'm thinking about 365. I really used to fuck with you.
That was like before our time, really. Like, so
my collars.
Before the fucking movie shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The old them, they were straight. They were
fucking Gangsta Blue, the shot.
Gangsta Blue, the chat,
Player fly.
Yeah, player fly. Nobody needs nobody. So that's really the Memphis sound. Like,
wait a minute. Yeah, Memphis was on. Memphis had like, so back in the 90s, Memphis was on fire, died down, and now it's on fire.
Back again.
Yeah, the youngest.
Like Memphis has been really the stomping ground for music since music been music. Really, if you want to think about it.
Because like a lot of folks back in time, because like back then it was just you either was from West Coast with Tupac, or you was up New York with Big.
Right.
And the whole time, Memphis was in the mix, and people didn't get on folks that respect.
Hey, that is true, because 8 Ball and JD.
Yeah.
All them folks popping.
Yeah, come on.
All this stuff was popping back then.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Memphis didn't get a light, really.
It took us a while to get what I just do really.
Yeah,
you know, going out down Macmillan Street back then.
Yeah, a lot of folks giving the light on these new rappers, but this shit been going on way
For a while.
back. Yeah, it's been
They paying homage to the people who should have got it by paying it to the young folks who getting it done.
exactly. Yeah.
Right. But it's some talent though. All those people you just mentioned, some talent.
Even from old to new.
Yeah.
Oh, from old to new.
Even the way Gotti's doing business and shit with money back, like
They blowing up.
I'm talking about just the business part,
yeah,
not even the bars. But
See, the one thing about what they say in American culture, the best businessman is a person that's actually been in the streets. And I ain't gonna say as far as what being in the streets mean, but if you've been in the streets and moved around and made some money in the streets, going and being in the Fortune 500, being in the corporate world is nothing. Because if you can run a business in the streets, and you can be able to get checks and balances, revenues, and things like that in the streets, alright then, it ain't gonna be nothing for you to be able to do that in the business sector. So I feel like if you can work the streets, you can work the corporate line the same, and that's why Gotti able to go up and do what he's doing, because he's doing it the same way when he started with a quarter brick to a half a brick, a whole brick. Same simple thing. Yeah. So it's that way.
But maybe this is a Memphis thing too. I feel like, y'all be fitted in, the cars and the jewelry and shit like that. And I wrote a mention, but I feel like y'all kind of not as flashy or.
See, now Memphis really, like how the basketball team agrees, we're a grit and grind city. Like I talked about having the industrial workouts, worker mentality, the workout stuff. We really don't have. We try to put it on, but that's really not our city. Talking about our city is really you pick yourselves up out of the bootstraps, go and put your helmet on and work hard. And yeah, so that's why we're not a pretty city, but we can still get down at the same time.
Outside of Memphis, though, who y'all fuck with? Like, rap. Outside of Memphis.
As far as currently, I like Lil Durk. I'm trying to think. Lil Baby's definitely he on fire right now.
Yeah, Lil Baby #1.
Yeah, he on fire. I can't say Bag, he's #1 right now, but I can't say him. He's from the city.
Hey, Lil Baby probably the most improved. Like,
Lil Baby right now, he all around.
Yeah,
if you get a Lil Baby feature right now, if you don't go this, then you need to go somewhere else. Like it's just that simple. Like Lil Baby, he get on anything, his name gonna take it from the bottom to the top, just off where he at right now. Yeah.
Who else? Lil Baby, who else?
Lil Baby, Dirt.
What, Thugger?
Nah, my brother always been a fan of Young Thug. Like, I feel like Young Thug a zesty crowd. Like you gotta know me to know what I mean by zesty. But I feel like
It's a lot though. Like we can say Gucci Mane too. We can say
Gucci.
Yeah, definitely Gucci Mane.
Atlanta, we
Lil Baby and Gucci for sure. Out of Atlanta.
What about female rap? Y'all fuck with female rap?
Yeah.
She gotta be bumping. She gotta be speaking some real.
Like the only female artist that I really mess with is gonna sound cliche is Megan. Like she really got something to say in the little lyrical aspect in my opinion. Like she ain't just, even though she talking about her body, she still be, if you listen to her, she can how she rock
the street niggas understand.
She do have
struggle rap.
Yeah, I see what it is, but I feel like the shit is the same. But her cadence and how she ride the beat, she can fucking freestyle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now how many female artists can freestyle? Like, that's not common. It's hard for some males to freestyle. I'm not really a freestyler, even though I can do it on certain records. But to be able to just jump out there and freestyle for 2-3 minutes, that's not really my thing.
Who's the weakest rapper out?
Ooh.
Soulja Boy.
I'm trying to think who the weakest that's out right now. That's out right now. That's tough.
We just don't fuck with. Like we just ain't fucking with.
I'm trying to think.
Oh no.
Who we be putting all this automatic skip?
I ain't gonna lie, we really don't even listen to folks really.
Yeah, because honestly, we all know.
We be on our because like listening to too many people throw us out.
Yeah, we be trying to sound like people and stuff like that.
A lot of people who rap say that too. They say they try not to listen.
Yeah, that's why it's hard for me to tell you who the best or the worst right now. I really don't. I don't listen to the radio like that.
Right.
Like I'm always in the studio listening and working on my craft. Like,
what about beats though? Like, okay, so you got your it's time to make that album. You got a selection to pick from any producer, Dre, Pharrell, Tim, like who you going after?
Trash.
For real.
For real. You gonna go
For real. Yeah, for real.
For real.
From a music standpoint, for real. See, Dre was just a old, like, I ain't gonna say old, but like, it was like he invented that trap, so he invented that gangster rap back out west too, you know.
Right.
But with Pharrell, you definitely can come in melodize. You can grab a whole nother crowd with him.
Yeah,
You can grab a whole nother crowd with him.
Also, this is the businessman over
yeah,
here.
Yeah, he the youngest.
Yeah, he the youngest. Yeah. So that's the crazy part. You get knowledge from anybody. Yeah. Yes, sir.
What about you?
Right now, beat wise, I think I have to piggyback on what Cuz said. 'Cause like I said, I'm a person of a versatility. Yeah. So I don't want to be with somebody that's just gonna try to box me in and make me sound like Eminem, make me sound like 50 Cent, or you know, I want to be able to sound like whoever I want to sound like on a certain type of day. You know. So I feel like for real, that'd be cool. Just anybody that can be able to grant me versatility, I love to work with them.
Right.
So I don't want to say no to nobody. I love to work with Dre. I love to work with anybody that want to work with me. As long as they understand that we got to be able to be open.
Right. How many live shows have you had since you've been?
Right now, live, I've only done 2 so far. The one I'm gonna do today is gonna be my 3rd. That's my honest.
How are you live though? Is it?
Actually, my first one, it was. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was nervous. My very first show that I've ever done, I was nervous. Actually, I had my brother and them up there with me, so that's what actually made it cool for me. You know, being able to share that moment with them, because they really not. Well, my brother, he really wasn't a rapper. Scooter, my good cousin, Jeffrey Scooter, he been rapping, so he been on stage before, etc. So it was just to be able to share that experience and stuff like that. But it's fun, man. I love being on stage, honestly.